The Satanic Gases, Clearing the Air About Global Warming by Patrick J. Michaels and Robert C. Balling Jr. challenges the mainstream narrative. It serves as a bold critique of the political and scientific discourse surrounding global warming, and it offers a compelling alternative perspective that deserves our attention. Let's start with the political drama that often surrounds global warming. Remember the 1997 Red River flood in North Dakota? Then President Bill Clinton blamed it on global warming. Or when then Vice President Al Gore visited Glacier National Park, pointing to melting glaciers as evidence of human-caused climate change. These events are often used to fuel a narrative of impending doom. But are they really linked to global warming? Michaels and Balling argue that these events are more about political opportunism than scientific fact. They point out that the United States experiences a wide range of extreme weather events due to its unique geography, and these events are often exploited for political gain. For instance, Gore's history of blaming weather tragedies on global warming is well documented, even when the science doesn't support such claims. The book delves into the science of global warming, challenging the prevailing paradigm that computer models accurately predict future climate change. Michaels and Balling argue that these models have consistently overestimated warming, and they highlight the discrepancies between model predictions and actual observations. For example, while the models predict a rapid and dramatic warming of the entire troposphere, the data shows that over 80% of this layer has not warmed at all in over 2 decades. This is a significant finding that undermines the credibility of the models. The authors suggest that the models are flawed and that the sensitivity of the climate to greenhouse gases has been overestimated. One of the key arguments in the book is that sulfate aerosols, which are known to have a cooling effect, have been used as a convenient fix to explain the lack of warming predicted by the models. Michaels and Balling argue that this is a flawed approach because the cooling effect of sulfates is not well understood and may be overestimated. They cite studies that show the net effect of sulfate aerosols is nearly neutral, and they question the validity of using these aerosols to reconcile model predictions with observations. The authors argue that the models are fundamentally flawed, and that the focus on sulfates is a distraction from the real issues. Michaels and Balling also challenge the notion that global warming will lead to catastrophic consequences for the planet. They argue that, in fact, rising levels of carbon dioxide may be benefiting the planet by enhancing plant growth and leading to a greening of the earth. The authors cite numerous studies that show plants grow better in higher levels of CO2, and they argue that this could lead to increased agricultural productivity and a more robust biosphere. This is a provocative claim that challenges the mainstream narrative of ecological disaster. The book also explores the politics of climate science, arguing that the scientific community has been influenced by political and financial incentives. Michaels and Balling suggest that the dominance of federal funding in climate research has created a bias towards alarmism as scientists compete for grants and prestige. They draw on public choice theory to explain how scientists, like everyone else, act in their own self-interest. This leads to a situation where the prevailing paradigm is reinforced by the scientific establishment, even when the evidence doesn't support it. So, what does the future hold? Michaels and Balling predict that the Kyoto Protocol will have little impact on global temperatures, and they argue that it will be costly and ineffective. They suggest that the focus should be on adapting to climate change rather than trying to prevent it, and they advocate for a more balanced approach that considers both the costs and benefits of different policy options. In conclusion, the Satanic Gases offers a provocative and thought-provoking perspective on the global warming debate. It challenges us to question the prevailing narrative and to consider alternative viewpoints. While the author's conclusions may be controversial, their call for a more balanced and evidence-based approach to climate science is a message worth heeding. As we continue to grapple with the challenges of climate change, it's crucial that we remain open-minded and critical of the information we receive. Only by doing so can we hope to make informed decisions that will benefit both the planet and humanity. This has been a BrightLearn video from BrightLearn.ai on the book The Satanic Gases, Clearing the Air About Global Warming by Patrick J. Michaels and Robert C. Balling Jr. Visit BrightLearn.ai for more fascinating videos like this one. and visit naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage and breaking news on critical stories that keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.